Have you noticed that some people are just like a total mean person when it comes to PTO? I find it so annoying because I kind of think that it is, well, it's not I kind of think. I totally know it's all about them and not you, and that you should not be taking it personally at all. Because one, some people are just jerks. Two, some people never learned how to play nicely with each other. Like, they must have skipped kindergarten or were asleep the entire time. They just never learned that skill. And so that can be super frustrating for you if you are not a mean girl and you're going like, what the heck? Like, why do they have a problem with me? It is not you, hun. It is them, like 9.999% of the time, or 99.999% of the time, rather. The other thing I think is going on is that some parents, a lot of people like to talk and they have tons of ideas, but they don't know how to put things into action. They don't know how to do things, so that the extent of their skill set is blah, 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 and isn't putting the money where their mouth is and getting stuff done like you. And they might be jealous. That's what I totally think it is. I think that they are jealous of you and your mad ability to make things happen for your school. So how do you deal with this? So this is my 13th year as a PTO volunteer, and I have met many a mean girl along the way, from the one chickie who cornered me at a back to school event and told me exactly everything PTO was doing wrong and how we needed to do A, B, C, and D. And she had all these ideas. And I said, great. I love these ideas. I love your energy. I love everything. We are meeting next Wednesday in the library at 7 p.m. I can't wait to see you. And then she kind of looked at me like deer in the head, like, wait, what? I actually have to do what I just suggested? Yes, my friend. Yes. So we have that situation. Then we have another situation where this person was just like constantly looking for conflict, like constantly, and made everything super uncomfortable because I felt like there was always going to be an argument with her. And so I had to treat her with like kid gloves and was very deferential. I think her issue was that she just didn't learn how to play nicely with others because she was always just like looking to, I don't know the right way to say this, make herself more important than she was. That sounds rude. But I hope I don't know. It's kind of hard to understand if you don't know her. I'm having a hard time coming up with the description of this person. Totally don't want to call her out. But it wasn't just me who had a problem with her. It was literally everybody, including the principal. No matter what type of rude person you have, there's kind of a universal way to deal with them that I want to suggest to you. It's worked for me for the large part. For the person who was always looking for conflict, I only had one kind of really uncomfortable conversation with her. And I thought that was a success because, like I said, she was so hard to deal with and work with. And you just kind of had to be like, okay, sure, yeah, nod and smile. So my biggest suggestion for how to handle totally mean people is to just treat them the way that you would want to be treated. Even if you feel like they are total undeserving jerks, do it anyway, because you need to be the bigger person. And in the long run, other people are going to be like, wow, I really respect them for not going down to their level and really being nice and kind and treating the other person with respect, even if they're not getting it back. Like, other people are going to see that and will know what is going on, like exactly what is going on. So don't discount that. Sometimes I also ignore the rudeness in public and I address the issue in private because you don't want to set yourself up for like a public fight. Also keep in mind that that person who just came off rude to you could totally be having a bad day. Maybe something just came out the wrong way and they didn't know how to take it back and didn't know how to apologize in the moment. And so it might not need to be addressed in private, but if you truly have an issue where someone is just consistently being a pain in your toe, push, then definitely reach out to them, not with the intention of calling them out, but with the intention of saying, hey, Heidi, what is going on? Like, are you like, hey, what's, I shouldn't say it like that, because that tone will kind of has judgment inferred. So I guess you be mindful, check your own tone and say, hey, Heidi, I'm just calling to check in to see how things are with you and touch base and wanted to see if there was anything we needed that we should be talking about. I noticed you seemed kind of tense at the last meeting, or there was something that you didn't want to say in front of the group. Like, can we discuss it privately? I wanted to give you this opportunity. When you come across like that, I think that's much more approachable and won't be off-putting and won't put the person on defense, because that's one thing. As soon as you start coming at them, they're going to get defensive, and I think it'll just evolve into a conflict. And who wants or needs more conflict in their life? No one. So be sure to really think about what you're going to say before you give the person a call, and maybe practice it. Ask your spouse if this sounds okay. Practicing can make it come out in a better way than if you just kind of go off the cuff and say what is on your mind. Remember to take the emotion out of it. Again, it is probably about them, probably not about you. And even if it is about you, that's okay, because you're not perfect. Just like I'm not perfect. No one's perfect. So we all make mistakes, and it's really an opportunity to grow. The last piece of advice on how to deal with mean girls is just learn how to outlast them. With the case of my always conflict ready woman, I only had to wait her out like 2 years, and then her kid graduated and we were all done with her. So that was kind of nice. And like I said, I mostly survived that year or those 2 years and only had one semi-conflict, and we were buds after that for the most part. My basic advice is just don't give up. Don't throw in the towel and say, I can't be involved in PTO anymore because Amy is being so mean to me or rude to me. There you have it. So I hope this has been helpful, because if you have not already, you are sure at some point in life to come across somebody who is being mean to you. So I think this is pretty good advice on how to deal with them and keep your sanity and keep it on. I really and truly hope that you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Want even more guidance on how to be a stronger leader so you can run a better PTO or PTA? All these resources and more are waiting for you at ptoanswers.com.